Hey friends and fam, this is Sherm from Treehouse, and coming back at you. I got an opportunity to speak to about four business owners in reference to this episode that we're doing. This is episode 3 of How to Kill Black Business in Sosua. So I got to talk to some of the owners and get some of their feedback and their ideas when it came to this subject. And in this, we're looking for solutions. We're looking for ways in that the customers can have the best experience, but also the owners can have a good experience as well. You know, in life, some people have the view that the customer is always right, but that's not true. Everybody has their thoughts and ideas, and everybody has to be fair in our interactions in society. So that's kind of how we're approaching this. We're not looking for anyone to be offended. We're looking for solutions, and those solutions come from us having these difficult conversations, these type of conversations. So I spoke to about four black business owners, and this is what their thoughts and ideas were. Um, some of them stated that many don't know what it takes to run a business, and it's true. Like, running a business is very difficult. It's not very easy, and we have to understand that there are a lot of different moving parts, a lot of things that need to be done, and because of this, there's some difficulty in running a business. That's why many of us don't have businesses, because some of us understand that it's very difficult to run a business. Um, as far as conversations are concerned, you know, sometimes we'll get fortunate, we'll get lucky, and the owner has time to sit down with us and have a conversation. But many times there are just different things to do, and so they may not have time to sit down with one particular person, you know, and have an extended conversation. But that's just the nature of the beast. So when they do, you know, we're happy about that. But they do have to make time to have some conversations, because certain things are very important. And this is a part of problem solving, the ability to sit down with clients, hear their ideas, and make changes. When it comes to prices and service, there always are complaints on prices and service. This is something the owners accept, and but they do recommend that we actually compare prices from different places. Some say that their prices are much cheaper than the competitors, but some feel that we as the customer don't check prices. They feel that we only focus in on their prices because we think they might be high. A couple gave the example of Bailey's, which is near Banco Popular, and they say, comparatively speaking, their prices are much cheaper than Bailey's, but our brothers go in there and they eat, and they don't complain about the service or the prices, which some say could be definitely improved. So back to the point. The point is that they feel that, you know, we should compare the prices and the quality as it relates to other businesses. Some feel that they're being held hostage. They're scared to make a move. You know, they're scared to raise prices. They're scared to do anything, because, you know, this business thing is very tricky, and you'll get a few complaints, and those complaints will spread. One bad complaint turns into 10, and it turns to 100. So it's never good to get bad complaints. And this holds some owners hostages, in that they're scared to make a move. They're scared to do the things that they need to do, because they don't want to, quote unquote, offend anybody. And some of us down here some have a spirit in which they're easily offended, and that makes it hard on the owners as well. Some of them, I asked them about doing events, and some of them don't do events because people are, there's no better way to say it, they're too cheap to pay. When some see a charge, if they charge at the gate, you know, people are offended. Oh, why should I have to go to pay in there? I'm paying for my food, and you know, all kinds of other bullshit. And you know, just to be honest, speaking from a business owner's point of view, some motherfuckers are just cheap. You know, they don't want to pay for shit. They think everything is free. There are some expats, there's some brothers who live here that actually do that. They actually promote this idea that we shouldn't have to pay to go into, any black business, which is absolutely wrong. But they have a voice, they have a small voice, and they share this sentiment, with others, and then others develop this same attitude. And that's one of the reasons why we don't have nice events in Sosua. That's one of the reasons why we have the same old shit. And that's one of the reasons why people say, listen, man, Sosua is fucked up for me. I got to get out of here. We don't have the service we need. The girls are fucked up. The businesses are fucked up. I can't take it anymore. But that's because of us. That's because of some of the ideas and some of the thoughts that these people who actually live here put forth. Oh, we don't need to pay for nothing, and therefore we can't improve, and we can't have nice events. We can't have events that we would be willing to take our girl to visit. So that's one of the things that we have to work on, and one of the things we have to talk about. Some brothers come down on a budget, and understandably so. You can't come down without direction. But some of the owners mentioned that they're willing to pay for pussy, but not willing to pay for food and for lodging. So they're willing to sacrifice and spend their money on the girls, but not spend money on the other things that they need. And so some feel that they have been the victim of this, in that they have guys who come down and have left intentionally without paying the bill. And I personally had this experience. I can attest to it on numerous occasions. I had experience. Dudes came down and ate, a bunch of them, and they actually said, they were like, fuck that nigga, we ain't paying shit. And they got up and they went to leave. And fortunately, on my behalf, there were some other brothers, my friends, who heard them, and they were like, well, why would y'all do something like that? That's fucked up. And so they shamed these particular guys into paying their bill. But these guys were like, fuck that nigga. I don't know what that was about, but that's what it was, and that's what they did. It's happened at many other black establishments. Dudes have come, sat, ate, balled out, got up, left, not interested in paying the bill. So niggas will be niggas. Fucked up people are fucked up people. That's what they do. All we can do is try to set the best example for them. The fucked up part about it is that, normally many times when they don't pay the bill, it's the responsibility of the waiter or the waitress who served them. And many times the owner is going to go to that waiter or waitress and be like, well, why didn't you collect on the bill? And, and the waitress is like, well, I turned my back to go to the register to pay a bill, and they just walked off. And that's what happens. And so they leave that burden of the bill on the waiter or the waitress, and they're required to pay the bill. And so many times that waiter or waitress will have to go out and find the person and try to get the money back, so they don't have to pay out of their pocket, the waiter or waitress. So that's happened as well. So another thing that we have to pay attention, many businesses are starting to pay attention to that, and it just leaves a bad taste in a business owner's mouth, especially if it's black people doing it, black people coming down to visit, fucked up attitude, ghetto mentality, going in, sliding out without paying their bill. That's just a really crazy thing to do. From the owner's standpoint, they're open to suggestions, they welcome suggestions, and they're looking for a way to improve their businesses. Some are offering VIP service, some are offering bottle services, offering different services to make the customer feel more comfortable. But they highlight that these services are not free. If you want to feel like a VIP, you need to pay to feel like a VIP, because at the end of the day, we all are VIPs, but maybe I don't sit in VIP because I don't feel like paying to be in VIP. But if you want to sit there and if you want to be VIP, these things come with a cost. So many of the owners are open to suggestions. We're going to be working on that in the next video, and that they can provide the service that we want, the service that we're looking for. They're humble enough to take those ideas into account. And once we do this, once we're working together on this level, the restaurants can be more reflective of who we are. One brother made this comment in reference to the last video, in reference to this dialogue that we're having. he said, I love this. He says, let's hope that these conversations can lead to healthy discourse among the different businesses and the general clientele, the customers. He says, in due time, it should lead to better served customers and more profitable businesses. Imagine that. Better customer experience, businesses that actually make money out here. And he says, but also let's be sensitive in the way we critique businesses and the business owners. So we can't just be saying crazy shit. We have to be courteous with how we give our opinions and our ideas. And owners, take the time to process the thoughts and ideas being shared without becoming overly sensitive. So when somebody gives us an idea, it's just an idea. It's something to think about. Let's not be a bitch about it. Let's listen, constructive criticism, and let's move on. Brother Sykes, he says the goal is for everyone to win. He says what we have here in Sosua is a very small sample of the towns and cities we came from, even though we live in a different culture, even though we're in a different culture. So I'm from Philly, he's from Jersey, I'm from New York, he's from California, and everybody comes together as black men, as black people, supporting and working with black businesses, and it's something that we can benefit from, and it's something that the businesses can benefit from. My brother says, wouldn't it be cool if we could take this little expatriates paradise and do with it what we could not do in the States? Rebuild a village, be profitable, and live in harmony. My man Ralph. So, awesome thought. Wouldn't it be awesome if we could take sosua and we could have the type of mentality here? And it's something that we can't do in the States. We don't have the opportunity to work together on this level, you know. And let's do that here. Let's make something of sosua. Let's make something that we can be proud of, something that's representative of us. Anyway, love you. Thanks for taking out the time to listen. We have another video, probably the final one in the episode, coming up with the actual solutions. And let's go from there. And let's be safe out there. Peace and blessings.